promoting or basically telling you what we are supposed to do in terms of all the men out there. We are supposed to appreciate our women, of course.
Yes. Very true.
In this particular segment, talking about empowering women.
In celebration of Women's Day, let's say hello to the very mighty, the very great Francissca Peter. Just saw your performance from Lagu, and then there was the IB show.
Yes, celebrating your 33rd year.
That's right, this year. Thank you very much for having me this morning.
Yes, our pleasure. Well, tell us about your role in this the celebration of Women's Day.
Well, I guess it goes back as well with examples that I've taken, like from my mom, for instance, as well, being a single mom. She has been an incredible influence over our lives. The strength of her, whereby she just stood on her own, and whether it's washing clothes or cooking for people at home, she did everything from home to sustain and sort of bring us up, 4 kids, those days. And I think women today, in a lot of corporate companies, you find that a lot of women are climbing the ladder fairly fast, in fact faster than guys. It's funny, right? It is, and they are very ambitious. It's scary, but I think on one hand it's good, because I think that if you're a doctor, a woman doctor or a man doctor, you're equally good. So I think that the opportunity should be fair for both sexes. It's not about because you're a woman that you are less adequate, just because you are the gentler sex, the softer one. But if you're intelligent, equally intelligent, I think we can focus on that and say yes, and why not? You should be earning equal pay and also climb the ladder the same way as a guy, And I believe that today, I feel that on the education side of it, our system, I feel that they need to perhaps help more young girls today. Especially, there's still a lot of things that can be changed, and I would love to see that change, to make them stronger, to motivate them to say that, if things go wrong, like say for instance a marriage breaks down, and you think that that's the end of it all, and you have like kids, and then you worry, there's a lot of help out there, and I'm sure you all know, because you've been doing a lot of this. Your morning shows have always focused on various subjects, and there have been numbers that have been given out, but it's just that people, I think, still are not getting the right information.
Yes, and there's a stigma about it.
That's right. It's about the shame. That is an Asian culture I think you can't run from. But I think even in the West, when you talk about the 50s, because they've come a long way, in the 50s there was also that element of shame. Whether you're going out with another color, or whether you are, a wife that's being beaten, and then you dare not tell your friends because you're thinking that, oh, what a weak person, just go, leave. It's not that simple when you've got children involved somehow, And I think women today need to know that also there's so many things in such a short time, having to say 10 million things in a go. They must realize their self-worth, I think. Me as a single person now, and that's one of the things as well. I love what I do, and you just pick yourself up, and you move forward with what you have got. Everyone has a gift, everyone has a talent, and you focus on that, and you just move forward. Like my mom in those days, there wasn't a lot that she could do. She was just a housewife, and so she did the best she could. So she washed clothes, because she was always very domestic, washed clothes, cooked for people, and they paid her, or she rented out a room for students, So she found a way to do something, to help make ends meet, until I started coming out to sing, and then that was a different story. It helped extras, like a bonus, But today, I think, in schools, I think we need to have things like that to motivate young girls, because there's so much out there, and a lot of young girls, they seem to want the easy way out. And if only they knew what it's like for those women who come to countries like ours and many others, and they're being sold on sex trade.
Yes.
I mean, if they were to know these things, we need to teach them, to help them to know and understand how bad it can get. And when you have a broken relationship in a marriage or whatever, it's not the end of the world, you need time to heal as a woman, even as a guy. You know, I don't think that feminism, complete feminism is not a very good thing either, or even complete machoism isn't a good thing either. You have to think about mothers, they've had us, for guys especially. Then you have to think about the gentle side, that, you know, you value your mom, therefore you should respect the women. And women also must know that they've got to respect themselves, because without them, there's no population. You know?
It's interesting that you mentioned about your mom's challenges during her days, and your challenges as well. But the younger generation, their challenges are totally different.
Because they think that, you know, okay, you know, okay, some people turn to art, so okay, you know, today's living is different from before. It's harder, it's harsher, and sometimes people have this easy way out. Oh, maybe I marry a rich guy and it'll solve all my problems. But hey, how do you know the guy's going to stay with you forever? You know, rich guys can do what they like too. And the same goes to rich girls too. They can say, call that guy here, I want him. You know,
that's not fair.
You know,
that is equal, even the girls.
That's right. That is the equal world we live in. You know, I mean, people they call this like this old thing they use, a spare tire thing. You know, I mean, it's like people can have so many, you know, on the side. But I think that's really not very healthy, because talking about women first and foremost, I think women need to know that if you have something of your own, you can actually sustain yourself. It's not easy. Sometimes you think that you have 4 children, you know, how are you going to cope, you know, because you had all these things, and a guy just runs and doesn't do anything or pay for anything. And I think that there are places that you can call and go to. They can aid you a bit, but you also have to help yourself to get out of the mode and give yourself time to heal. Women must learn that they can actually heal very well, because they're practical. They're practical, they're not like guys, you know. And guys, when they lose a job, it's like, oh, they take the weight home as well, you know. But women are different, they're practical.
Dignity.
It's a face thing. But it's true, that works all around the world as well. But for us, I think we need to do more. The women who have such low self-esteem, it's out of fear and embarrassment. I think that's all there is to it, but there's nothing else.
The focus is on empowering women, of course.
That's right.
And in your case, how challenging was it, you know, from your experience, trying to make it into the entertainment industry as a you know, young woman in the 80s at that time?
I think in those days, I think there was a lot out there, but there were those few who were really blessed, you know, me and my colleagues, you know, who all made it, like whether it's what is it, Azlina Aziz, or Sheila Majid, or Kappa, of course, is senior, Dato' Sharifah Aini, Dato' Haji Sharifah Aini, Hajar Sharifah Aini, great respect for her, and so many others as well that I worked with, you know. It was a different time where everyone stood out, because they all had their individual vocal strength. It was so different, it was also different. Today, yes, you have so many. Some may sound the same, some may not, but almost identical. Maybe it's also the strength of, perhaps also it's a combination. You need good writers as well to suit the right vocals, you know.
So the challenge back then was to stand out.
Yeah, to
the
stand
challenge
out.
now is
it's
totally
different. It's different. It's like there's so many, and it has to be something like maybe out of 100. You know, that, oh, that's a great song, and they performed it well. It's slightly different way, the other way around when they express it. But I want to thank most of all the fans. They've kept me alive, and they seem to be getting younger and younger. Thank you so much. You know, yeah, thank you so much. You know, they're getting younger and younger, and they have been an inspiration as well, because a lot of them have different stories that they share with me. Young girls, young guys, especially a lot of them are young girls as well.
Especially with this International Women's Day.
That's right, and you can see some of them are working hard towards wanting to better the future for women. I met a girl, I have to say to her, hi, you're watching, but I think they're all working or studying. She's studying Sharia law. What's an amazing thing, a young girl like that, you know, because she wants to help families that are broken down.
Yeah.
and fathers who have not been responsible. I think that's an amazing thing.
Well, guys, we're going to end the show with a wonderful rendition from Francissca Peters.
Yes.
And of course, the title of her song is very aptly named. It's called Tomorrow.
Okay, that's nice. Tomorrow.
So for more information, you can actually just log on to the website. Try to find as much as information as you can on the International Women's Day.
Yes.
Right.
So Malaysia, stay beautiful and be empowered.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's over to you, Francissca.
Thank you. Can I also say that this song was written by my sister and Moby Music for the International Aid Organization World Vision.
Okay.
For child sponsorship, for the poor,